A little bit of too many turnovers. They definitely slowed the pace down, and at the end of the day, we got to play what works for us. We got to keep our pace high. We got to play our defensive schemes, take care of business on the defensive end, get boards, and run. That's what we're good at. We have great people who are awesome in the open court, and so I just think we lacked pace tonight, honestly.
Kaylee, can you take me through that second quarter play with Stokes that made you upset, and then you hopped into the back?
That hurts. Like, the ref can't miss that, and then I have to play with a contusion in my leg the rest of the game. Like, it's ridiculous. Can't miss calls like that.
Hey everyone, welcome back for another wild one today. Let's not waste a second straight into the action. Right before halftime, the tunnel felt electric, almost like you could hear it buzzing. What just wrapped up was one of the most heated quarters in Indiana Fever history. But inside the locker room, total chaos. Jaw clenched, eyes burning. Caitlin Clark stormed toward the bench. Coach Stephanie White followed right behind, clipboard in hand, trying to talk over the roaring crowd. And then it happened. Cameras couldn't pick up every word, but you didn't need audio to feel the heat. Clark spun around mid-stride and looked fairly dead in the eye. Even the assistant coaches froze. She shook her head, pointed at the court, and said something sharp. This wasn't a tantrum. This wasn't drama for the cameras. This was a competitor demanding answers, demanding leadership, freedom, and honesty. If you follow Clark's career, you know she doesn't hide her feelings. From packed college gyms in Iowa to record-shattering WNBA crowds, she plays like someone trying to rewrite the rule book on the fly. She's blunt. She's real. But this moment, it hit different. This wasn't about one rough quarter or a missed rotation. This was bigger. This was about the Fever's identity and whether they'll actually let Caitlin Clark be Caitlin Clark. Let's be honest, she didn't come to the league to blend into the background. She didn't dominate college basketball for 4 straight years just to get told to slow down and let someone else run the clock. Fans show up for her game, the deep threes, the no-look dimes, the fast breaks that start the second she grabs the rebound. But since landing in Indiana, she's had to hold back. On one side, there's old-school basketball. Slow grinds, low scores, systems built around veterans who've been grinding in this league for a decade. If you're enjoying this, smash that like button and hit subscribe. Crazy fact, over 83% of you watching haven't subscribed yet. Costs nothing, takes 2 seconds, but it helps us out big time. Already subscribed? Awesome. Thank you for the support. Now, let's get back into it.
I had some good looks that didn't go down, and then, I shot some tougher looks too, but, I thought I finally kind of played with a little bit more pace and a little bit more burst, especially down the stretch in the fourth, but...
She just picked a fight with her own coach, live in front of a sold-out crowd, and honestly, it changed everything. Right before halftime, the whole arena felt like a live wire. This wasn't just another rough quarter for Indiana. This was one of the tensest stretches this franchise had seen in years. But the real story wasn't even happening on the scoreboard. It was brewing in the tunnel. Picture this. Jaw locked tight, eyes burning holes through the air. Caitlin Clark storms toward the bench. Coach Stephanie White is right on her heels. Clipboard gripped tight, trying to shout instructions over a deafening crowd. And then boom, it happens. The broadcast couldn't catch every word, but you didn't need audio. Clark spins mid-stride and locks eyes with her coach. Even the assistants on the sideline freeze like statues. She shakes her head, points hard at the court, and fires off something sharp enough to silence everyone nearby. This wasn't a meltdown. This wasn't some manufactured diva moment for the cameras. This was a fierce competitor demanding one thing: control, honesty, and real leadership. And if you followed her career even a little, you know this isn't new behavior. From packed arenas in Iowa to record-smashing crowds in the WNBA, she's always played with fire, always spoken her mind. But this moment hit differently. This wasn't about one bat possession or a blown rotation. This was about identity, about whether this franchise was ready to let Caitlin Clark actually be Caitlin Clark. Let's be real, she didn't enter this league to sit quietly in the background. She didn't dominate college basketball for 4 straight years just to be told to slow down and hand the ball off. Fans buy tickets for the deep threes, the no-look dimes, the fast break. She starts the second she grabs a rebound. But since arriving in Indiana, she's been holding back. On one side, You've got old-school basketball philosophy, grinding possessions, low scores, structured sets built to protect veterans. Coach White clearly favors this approach. She's not chasing highlight reels or flashy transition plays. Her focus is control, discipline, running everything through experienced players. Clark's vision, though, is the total opposite. Speed, spacing, creative freedom, controlled chaos that actually works. She's not being reckless. She's trying to revolutionize the way this team plays. And that halftime outburst was the loudest signal yet. And honestly, this tension had been building for weeks. The missed cuts, the delayed rotations, moments where a teammate forced up a contested shot while Clark stood wide open. Her frustration wasn't emotional, it was strategic. She reads the floor 3 moves ahead, and the system was holding her back like dead weight on a rocket. Then the third quarter started, and everything flipped. Clark walked out with a completely different energy. Fire in her eyes, purpose in every step. Within minutes, she drained 3 deep threes, transforming from playmaker into pure closer. The crowd went ballistic. Coach White just sat there watching. And here's the wild part. The whole team looked better. The ball started moving. Teammates cut harder, screamed with purpose. Even Natasha Howard, who'd looked stiff all game, found her rhythm alongside Clark. Kelsey Mitchell stopped forcing shots and started feeding Clark in transition instead. Suddenly, a 30-point quarter later, this team didn't look like a mid-tier squad anymore. They looked like legitimate contenders. Of course, the post-game press conference danced around the whole thing. Coach White gave the standard line. "We made adjustments. Great second half effort. No mention of the blow-up at all." Clark, though, didn't dodge it. Calm, steady. She simply said they were building something here. And sometimes that means having hard conversations because winning is the only goal. Translation: she's not here to play nice. She's here to lead, and she's not wrong. If this franchise wants to win, they need to hand her the keys and get out of the way. She's not just their leading scorer. She's their best communicator, their floor general, their best shot at building a modern identity. The league itself is shifting. Speed, spacing, and star power are replacing outdated systems. And Clark represents exactly that shift. But change is never simple. There are veterans in that locker room who believe they've earned seniority. There are coaches who still equate structure with safety. There are media voices calling her confidence arrogance. Here's the truth, though. Dynasties aren't built on hesitation. They're built on vision, courage, and trusting your best players to shape the culture. And that's exactly what's at stake here. This isn't about play calls or box scores anymore. It's about whether this franchise is ready to build around Caitlin Clark's future or stay stuck in the middle, caught between old habits and aging egos. The fans have already made their choice clear. Her name echoes through every arena. Her jerseys sell out instantly. Every time she touches the ball, broadcasts cut straight to her. She's not just a rookie anymore. She's a movement. And every movement needs a spark. A moment where the star finally says out loud what everyone's been thinking. That halftime explosion, that was the spark. But this goes way beyond one team. There's a bigger shift happening across the entire league. When Clark raised her voice at her coach, she wasn't just speaking for herself. She was speaking for every young athlete ever told to sit down, follow orders, and wait their turn instead of stepping up and leading. Women's basketball is caught in a quiet clash between tradition and evolution. Coaches like Stephanie White represent a generation built on discipline and repetition, a formula that worked when the league was fighting just to stay visible. But 2025 basketball fans want more than efficiency. They want flair, personality, emotion. They want 30-foot daggers that blow up social media in real time. And Clark delivers that every single night. She's not flawless. Even her biggest fans hold their breath on some of her riskier shots. But she creates pressure the second the ball touches her hands. She sees plays before they happen. She elevates everyone around her. That's exactly why this coaching clash matters so much. It's not disrespect, it's misalignment. Clark is playing like a generational talent trapped inside a system built for someone else. You can see it in the pace, in the body language, in possessions that stall out with her standing open waiting inside the locker room. Not everyone's ready for this new era. Veterans who've carried this franchise for years feel the shift, too. Kelsey Mitchell, long considered the face of this team, shows visible tension in her play. Forced shots, hesitant passes, and inability to match Clark's rhythm. This isn't personal. It's generational. And it happens anywhere a young superstar walks into a room full of veterans. Ego, pride, fear of being replaced. Here's the uncomfortable truth, though. If this franchise wants to win big, they need to prioritize vision over comfort. Right now, Clark is that vision. That means real adjustments. Passing her the ball when she calls for it, building the offense around her strengths instead of asking her to shrink herself to fit an outdated mold. The front office can't keep straddling both sides, trying to ride Clark's popularity while babying the veterans. That balancing act won't last. Ignore this now. And there's a real risk of losing her the moment her rookie deal expires. She already has global name recognition. She could walk away from Indiana entirely and still dominate headlines and endorsements everywhere else. If she stays, it needs to be because this team was rebuilt around her, not the other way around. And the ripple effects from that halftime clip, massive. It exploded across social media within hours. Think pieces, breakdown videos, heated debate segments everywhere. Some called her disrespectful, entitled, out of line. Others called it refreshing. Finally, a rookie demanding accountability instead of staying silent. Either way, she moved the needle again. Nobody can deny that. Think about how the NBA reacts when players challenge their coaches. Nobody blinks. It's called competitive fire. But when Clark does the same thing, suddenly it's a scandal. She's calling out that exact double standard. And there will absolutely be resistance from coaches who view it as a threat to their authority, from analysts who expect rookies to stay quiet and grateful. But the truth is, she's not following an existing path. She's paving a brand new one. And here's the ironic twist. Since that blow-up, the Fever have actually played better basketball. The offense flows easier. Pace has picked up. Players move without the ball more freely. Turns out trusting your franchise point guard tends to make everything click. So now the real question emerges. If this organization actually wants sustained success, some hard conversations are unavoidable. Is Stephanie White the right coach moving forward? Should veterans resistant to change remain central to this roster? And most importantly, will they finally give Clark both freedom and real support? Because sitting in limbo helps nobody. Either you build around your superstar, or you eventually watch her walk. This single outburst sent shockwaves through front offices across the entire league. Every coach, every GM had to ask themselves one blunt question. Are we next? When a player with Clark's influence and brand power seizes that kind of spotlight, it shifts power dynamics everywhere. And this isn't only about basketball anymore. It's about media, marketing, and attention. Every city Clark visits, tickets vanish and jerseys sell out instantly. Local news stations that ignored this league for a decade are suddenly sending camera crews. She's the rare athlete who moves entire markets, not just box scores. Major brands didn't sign her because of her jump shot alone. They sign her because she brings conflict, drama, and undeniable star power. That halftime moment didn't damage her brand, strengthened it. She's pulling in an entirely new audience, too. College fans discovering the league for the first time. Casual viewers hooked purely on her energy. And with new eyes come new expectations. Fast-paced emotional intensity highlight Real plays. Nobody wants to watch stagnant, grinding possessions anymore. That's exactly why Indiana's current approach feels outdated. Other young stars around the league are watching closely, too. If Indiana adjusts around Clark, expect a wave of similar demands from rising talents everywhere. Not out of ego, but because Clark just proved it's possible. Ignore her, and this league risks sending a dangerous message to future superstars. Stay quiet, stay small, and remember, Clark isn't a rare exception. She's the first wave of a whole new generation. From Juju Watkins to Paige Buchers to Hannah Hidalgo, all raised watching stars control their own destiny. Speaking of Buchers, their rivalry is quickly becoming must-watch television. After their recent matchup, Bucher stayed composed but pointed, simply saying they'll meet again. No hostility, just quiet fire building beneath the surface. This could easily become the league's defining rivalry for years to come. Back in Indiana, the front office faces a defining choice. Protect their coach and risk alienating their franchise star, or restructure everything around Clark's vision. There's no more middle ground left. Half measures won't cut it anymore. Whatever happens next, whether White adapts, moves on, or Clark endures another mismatched season, one thing is certain: she's done waiting. And honestly, this might just be the beginning of something much bigger for women's basketball. If this story pulled you in, don't scroll away just yet. Hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe so you don't miss what happens next, because this saga is far from over.